Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Cleveland Guardians vs New York Yankees. The Cleveland Guardians are currently the third worst offensive team in the majors, with a .664 ops, while averaging 3.72 runs per game thus far. This lineup does not have much power as they are only ahead of the Washington Nationals, with their 17 home runs as a club. Center fielder Miles Straw has been doing decently well at the dish as a leadoff hitter, as he has a .267 batting average with 7 RBI, 12 runs scored, and 8 stolen bases on 9 tries. This Yankees team is without a good amount of pieces of their lineup, with Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Josh Donaldson, and Harrison Bader all dealing with injuries and not in the lineup. However, they are tied for 11th in the majors with 34 home runs, while the Guardians are 29th as we discussed earlier. Gerrit Cole has been one of the best pitchers on the planet, while Tanner Bybee is coming off his MLB debut. The Yankees have won 4 of the last 5 games against the Guardians, so go with the New York Yankees to win at home. Our team pick is New York Yankees minus 1.5 runs. The Yankees typically struggle against pitchers they have not seen before, while Gerrit Cole is able to shut down hitters, including doing it to the Guardians this season already. These pitching staffs have been doing well on the mound as a whole, as New York is 10th with a 3.78 team ERA, while Cleveland is 13th in baseball with a 4.04 team ERA. The under has hit in 8 of the previous 10 games against one another, so go with the under to hit here. Toronto Blue Jays vs Boston Red Sox. Yusei Kikuchi will take the mound for the Blue Jays in the second game of this series with the Red Sox. Kikuchi struck out 8 in 5 2/3 innings as the Blue Jays shut out the anemic White Sox 8-0 on Wednesday. Kikuchi was sharp again last week, punching out 8 White Sox over 5.2 scoreless frames. He has allowed just 2 runs over his last 3 starts, 17.2 innings, recording 20 strikeouts in that span. Kikuchi lowered his ERA to 3.00 with a 1.11 whip and an impressive 28.6 kBB entering this contest with the Red Sox. Considering his track record of inconsistency, it remains to be seen how long he can keep this up, but the Blue Jays will certainly take anything they can get. The Red Sox will turn to Tanner Houck for the second game of this series with the Jays. He took the loss Wednesday, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks over 5 innings of work against the Orioles. The American League East has been a monster this season, and Boston finds itself in the middle of Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and Toronto. We are not even mentioning the Yankees, who have yet to turn it on. I like the Blue Jays to hop all over Houck in this game, and the leash to be short. Toronto has been on a roll as of late. Entering this contest with the Red Sox, they are top 10 in on-base percentage, with Bo Bichette leading the charge with 6 home runs and a .317 batting average. They have won 14 of 20 starts against right-handers. Take the Jays to win by 2 or more. Yusei Kikuchi will take the mound for the Blue Jays in the second game of this series with the Red Sox. Kikuchi struck out 8 in 5 2/3 innings last week and has been an excellent surprise for the Blue Jays this year. Considering his track record of inconsistency, it remains to be seen how long he can keep this up. Boston has seen him a lot, and I expect them to generate at least 3 or 4 runs in a high-scoring game dominated by both clubs' bats. Entering the first game of this series, the total number has gone over in 5 of Boston's last 7 home games and 6 of 7 against the Jays. Look for both starting pitchers to be in trouble early and often and for this game to go over. Minnesota Twins vs Chicago White Sox. Joe Ryan has been doing incredibly well throughout the season, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 93rd percentile in walk percentage. He throws 3 pitches with his heater being predominantly featured as it was thrown 58.3% of the time. Ryan faced the White Sox once last season and did not factor into the decision as he went 4 innings and allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, on 5 hits with 1 hit by pitch, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. When looking at the starting pitchers, it's clear that Minnesota has the advantage. Joe Ryan has been electric with his location as he has only allowed 4 walks, compared to his 36 strikeouts this season. Compare that to Michael Kopech, who has been having issues locating his pitchers, as he has 16 walks and 25.2 innings of work. This seesaw difference in the ability to hit home runs is critical, as Minnesota is 8th in baseball, with 25.37 at-bats per home run, while Chicago is down at 22nd in MLB, with 35.64 at-bats per home run thus far. All in all, go with the Minnesota Twins to pick up a win in this game. The ability to wear a pitch has been very critical for both offenses, as both are near the top of the leaderboards in terms of hit by pitches at the plate. Minnesota is currently tied for 5th with 17 hit by pitches this season, while Chicago is tied for 9th, with 15 times being hit by a pitch. So far, these bullpens have not been able to get the job done consistently throughout the regular season so far, as the Twins are 15th and baseball with a 3.82 reliever ERA, while the White Sox are down in last place with a 6.86 bullpen ERA. This season. The over is 10-4-2 in their last 16 games against one another in guaranteed rate field, so go with over 8.5 runs in this game. Baltimore Orioles vs Kansas City Royals. It was a successful weekend for Baltimore as they were able to notch 3 wins in 4 tries against Detroit. Sunday's victory was a 5-3 affair in which the Orioles were a -148 money line favored. As for the total, the 8 combined runs came in slightly under the pregame threshold of 8.5 runs. Ryan O'Hearn got the party started for Baltimore, driving in an RBI with a single in the second. Other notable offensive plays in the victory were solo home runs from Adam Frazier and Jorge Mateo. On the bump, Kyle Bradish made the start and lasted 4.2 innings, allowing all 3 earned runs on 6 hits and a walk. Austin Voth earned the win in relief, while Yennier Cano slammed the door in the 9th, picking up his 2nd save of the season. The early season struggles continued on Sunday for Kansas City as they dropped their series finale 8-4 with Minnesota. The Royals entered the game as a +188 money line underdog, while the 12 combined runs was plenty enough to clear the pregame total of 7.5 runs. Kansas City actually out-hit Minnesota 10-7 in the losing effort, and Vinny Pasquantino, 3-4, and Jackie Bradley Jr., 2-4, paved the way with multi-hit games. As for the pitching, Brady Singer took the loss after allowing all 8 earned runs over just 2.2 innings of work. He surrendered 5 hits and 3 walks while striking out 5 batters. The bullpen kept the Twins scoreless over the final 5.1 innings, but the offense wasn't able to mount a comeback. While both of these ball clubs are technically in the rebuilding phases, the Orioles appear to be a million miles ahead in the process. Therefore, I'll back Baltimore and lay the 1.5 runs in this matchup. Ryan Yarbrough actually has decent numbers against the O's from all of his time spent with Tampa Bay. However, Baltimore should be able to scratch across enough runs to cover the line Tuesday night. Even if the Southpaw has a quality night on the bump, his stamina will be a question as he hasn't thrown more than 4.0 innings this year. With that being said, the Orioles should have opportunities late against a struggling Kansas City bullpen. The Royals are 27th in bullpen ERA, 5.26, and 25th in WHIP, 1.42. All things considered, I'm expecting Baltimore to stretch this lead out by at least 2 runs. Take the Orioles with the run line. Tyler Wells has been excellent this year, posting a 2.79 ERA and 0.72 WHIP. He'll have a favorable matchup in this one as he takes on a Kansas City offense that's 29th in batting average, .220, and 30th in ops, .624. Look for the right-hander to have another great start before handing it over to one of the best arm barns in the league. Baltimore is ranked 1st overall in bullpen ERA, 2.86, and 2nd in WHIP, 1.13. Ultimately, 10 runs are simply too many for this matchup, and we have an even 9.0 to fall back on for a push if necessary. Let's play the under in this one.